Hello children, this is your video 2 classwork for chapter 1 grade 4 social science. This is actually the continuity of your classwork video 1, okay? Okay, your fourth Roman is give reasons for the following. First question, the northern plains are fertile. Answer, the northern plains are fertile because of the soils brought down from the mountains and deposited by the rivers. The northern plains are fertile because of the soils brought down from the mountains and deposited by the rivers. Okay. Second question. The three mountain chains in the Himalayas are different from each other. Do you know why? Yes, the reason is the three mountain chains in the Himalayas are different from each other as they all vary in height, flora, fauna, plants and animals. The three mountain chains in the Himalayas are different from each other as they all vary in height, flora, fauna. So you have to write the question in black stick, answer in blue ink pen, right? Third one, Deccan Plateau covers most of the southern part of India. Yes, the reason is the Deccan Plateau covers most of the southern part of India as it is located between three mountain ranges. The Western Ghats in the west, Eastern Ghats in the east and the Satpura and Vindhya ranges in the north. The Deccan Plateau covers most of the southern part of India as it is located between three mountain ranges. The Western Ghats in the west, the Eastern Ghats in the east and the Satpura and Vindhya ranges in the north. So children, your classwork for chapter 1 is completed. Next we are going to recall the chapter 1, physical features of India. What's the first topic actually? Mountain ranges. It is all about Himalayas here. What is mountain range? A chain of mountains is called a mountain range. You know that there are many mountain ranges in India, right? But Himalayan mountain range runs from west to east, right? There are three mountain chains in the Himalayas. As I told you already, they are different from each other based on their height, flora and fauna. The three mountain chains in the Himalayas are the Great Himalayan Mountains are the Himadri, the Middle Himalayan chain are the Pirpanjal, the Outer Himalayas are the Shivalik. Next, it is Himadri. It is also called as Great Himalayan Mountains. It is the northernmost, longest and the most continuous range of the Himalayas. The average height of these mountains is 6,000 meters. Next, the Middle Himalayan range. The Middle Himalayan chain located south of the Himadri range. It is commonly known as Pirpanjal. Okay. The height of these mountains varies from 1000 meters to 4500 meters. Minimum 1000, maximum 4500 meters. This range runs across Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Some of the famous hill stations in this range are Mussoorie in Uttarakhand, Shimla in Himachal Pradesh and Darjeeling in West Bengal. The final one is the Outer Himalayas. It is also called as Shivalik. It is the lowest range of the Himalayas. The height of these mountains varies between 900 and 1000 meters. Minimum 900, maximum 1000 meters. The foothills of the Shivaliks are known as the Terai region. Rice, wheat, sugarcane are the crops grown in this Terai region. And one more important fact you have to know about this Himalayan mountain ranges. A proud woman, Bachendri Pal. She was the first Indian woman to climb Mount Everest in the year 1984. Next, we have seen about plains. Am I right? Do you know what's going to be plain? It's a flat area. It is a flat area on the Earth's surface. The largest plain are known as northern plains. There are plain areas in India, right? These plain areas extend from the west to the east. This is very fertile area. Do you know why? Many rivers flow through it. Some of the rivers are Ravi, Beas, Satluj, Ganga, Yamuna, and Brahmaputra. The northern plains are very fertile because of the soil brought down from the mountains and deposited by the rivers. We have seen this in give reasons for the following, right? Yes. Due to this activities, agricultural activities flourish and human population is very high in this region. Northern plains are also called as breadbasket of India. Yes, you know the reason already, because the maximum weight of wheat comes from this region. Yes. The next landform is desert. Desert is a dry land. It is an area that receives very little rainfall. Though it is a dry land, right? Thus few plants and trees grow here. The western part of India has such a physical feature. This is known as the Great Indian Desert, also called as Thar Desert. This region is mostly covered with sand and lies mainly in the state of Rajasthan and also in some of the cities. Okay, a lot of people here rear animals as an occupation. Since farming is very difficult here because it is a very dry land, no? That is why. Camels are used for traveling in the desert. It's a mode of transport, right? Next, it is an island. An island is a piece of land surrounded by water on all sides. On all sides. Indian islands are divided into two: volcanic and coral islands. Andaman and Nicobar or the example of Andaman and Nicobar group of islands are example of volcanic islands. Lakshadweep are examples of coral islands. Okay, the Great Andamanis, the Jarawas, the Sentinelese, the Onjas are some of the major tribal groups of Andaman and Nicobar group. Okay, the next landform is plateau. Plateau is a table land. Landforms in India include plateaus. Plateaus are flat, uneven table lands. It won't be even, higher than the plains. The largest plateau of India is Deccan Plateau. The plateau covers most of the southern parts of India, as I told you already in, I think, give reasons for the following, right? The Deccan Plateau is spread across 8 states. The rivers in the Deccan Plateau dry up in the summer and are filled during the rainy season. Rains in the Deccan region continue from the month June to October. The period from March to June will be very hot. Okay, that's all. The recap is over.